What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of this Southampton career mode where things are starting to go really well for us. Back-to-back wins in the last episode against Bournemouth and Sunderland. We're up into second place. Manchester City are top and we have the chance to leapfrog them as we travel to the Etihad in this very episode. So, two back-to-back Premier League games today. Stoke City, who are down at the bottom end, we take on first, and then we travel to the Etihad for the top of the table clash. Before we take on Stoke, a couple of players have come to us with a request. Fabio Barros, the young 16-year-old Brazilian that we signed from the youth setup, has come and said he wants a chance to play in the next game, as has Ryan Bertrand, who's currently on the bench according to the preliminary team, but he will play instead of Matt Targett. Barros, don't think he's going to get a run out this time out. Sorry, lad. So here's the starting 11 as we take on Stoke at St Mary's. Going to play the 4-3-3 formation and try and attack from the off. Fraser Forster in goal, Bertrand and Chambers as the fullbacks. Fonte Van Dijk centre half. I like this defensive unit. I think we're solid. Victor Wanyama will be protecting them in that holding role. Dele Alli and James Ward-Prowse will play alongside him. Tadic, Graziano Pella and Mane will be the front three today. Ball is chipped over the top. I think it's towards Shaqiri. Good first touch from him. Takes it in his stride. Puts the cross in. And Imbula nearly heads Stoke in front early on. Let off. Stoke working the ball around well. Here's Bojan. Obviously very tricky. Very skillful. Really good pass. Jonathan Walters got the wrong side of the defence. Was onside. Should have done better. Good challenge, I think, from James Ward-Prowse. Got straight through the back of his man. Please don't send him, ref. He did get the ball, but he did go through the man. Oh, it's a straight red. Brilliant. 23 minutes in. Was a stupid challenge, to be fair. I don't know what I was trying to do. I expected the Stoke player to turn on the ball. Thought we could nick it, but we're going to have to play a big chunk of this game with 10 men. Stoke working it well. Imbula into the box. What is the keeper doing there? He's just watched the ball go straight over his head. At least I don't think it deflected, but Fraser Forster, he looks fuming with himself. Ball was headed down, touched in there, 1-2, well played, and then it was just hit, and Fraser Forster just watched it. There's no real movement. There was a lot of power, I'll give him that. Maybe the run of Jonathan Walters put him off a little bit, but it's not in the corner. It's not out of his reach. Van Dijk nips in there, picks out Victor Wanyama, touches it on to Dele Alli, looks for Wanyama again, looks for Ali again, volley, good move, good save from Shay Given. Chips it down the line. Here's Arnautovic, good defending from Chambers. But there goes the half-time whistle. We're 1-0 down as we go into the interval. Always going to be tough in that first half, particularly after going down to 10 men. We weren't playing well up to that point anyway. Stoke had a couple of chances, but we've got a lot of work to do to get anything out of this game in the second half. Okay, so changes before we go back into the second half. I've changed it to what would be a 3-5-2 formation. Obviously, we've got no Cam because James Ward-Prowse has been sent off. So we're going to go back out with a 3-4-2 formation. Shane Long has come on to replace Ryan Bertrand to partner Pella up front. Stoke working the ball around well. Here's Bojan, finds Walters, finds Arnautovic. Don't let him shoot. Instead, he touches it inside to Bojan. Thought it was in. It's hit the side netting. I literally thought that was in the back of the net. But Stoke working the ball around really nicely. Again, cutting us open far too easily. Mane has been booked for a challenge in the build-up to that move. But we've got to sort it out. Stoke coming forward. Here's Peters. Good defending from Chambers. Right, can we count? Oh, my word. Giving away from Wanyama. Into the area. Good shot on... Wow. Yeah, cool. Could not defend that. They were just moving it around one touch. Really good play. Great finish from Jonathan Walters. But it's all come from our own mistakes. So careless in possession here, Wanyama. Just tried to play it down the channel to Mane. Ball wasn't really on. And then from there, one touch stuff. Shot on the turn from Walters. No chance. Forced to 2-0. Cool. We're trying to win it back. Wanyama's one possession in the midfield here. What can we do? Can we... That sums up our day, man. At the other end, Stoke going forward now. Here's Imbula. What can he do? He's into the area. Shaqiri, good ball inside to Peters, who has the shot. The struggle is real, man. We have been so poor today. Stoke have cut us open one too many times. They've got very fortunate. I'm not sure how Forster's let that ball go through him. And even so, where's the defence? How has that fallen so perfectly to Walters? So many questions, so little answers today. 3-0 down, game over. Lays it off to Dele Alli. Finds Shane Long. Can he get into the area or work something here? Really good bit of play from Shane Long. No support. Cuts back onto his right foot. And again, that sums up the day. Here is Shane Long. Looks for the run of Pella. Picks him out nicely. Kind of catches it on his neck. Space for the shot. Good effort over the bar. Unlucky. Van Dijk chips it into... What sort of touch is that? Bojan heads it down. Effort from Arnautovic. Going to go high and wide. Doesn't matter too much. Full-time whistle has gone anyway. We were not at the races. We've been well and truly beaten by Stoke. I think the way we played, even with 11 men, we wouldn't have even been able to get a result today. Stoke were just so much better. Not the result we wanted before we travel to league leaders Manchester City next game. So after that game, Geordie Classy has come to us, said he's getting frustrated at his lack of playing time. I understand his frustrations. He's a good player, but we've got so many midfield options. I'll see what I can do in the coming weeks. Okay, so here's the big one. Massive game as we travel to the Etihad to take on Manchester City. We've slipped down to third after defeat at Stoke. City still lead the way. We've changed to the 4-2-3-1 formation, hoping that'll be more solid today. Forster in goal, back four, same as usual. Sergio Roberto comes in to play in that holding role with Victor Wanyama. It's going to be Tadic on the left. Mane is going to play in that 10 role. Campbell on the right. Charlie Austin back in up front. So here we go. Big game. Need improvement after that last performance. Ball is thumped into the area. It's header from Raheem Sterling of all people. Forces Forster into a save. It was a comfortable one. Corner is whipped. Oh, it's an outswinger from Roberto. It's punched away from the keeper. Yaya Toure loses possession in a dangerous place. Moving it around well. Victor Wanyama hits a shot. Not far away. Caballero seemed to have that covered. Covered. Plays a really good ball inside to Yaya Toure. Touches it on. What a challenge from Sergio Roberto. Chance for us to break here. Roberto in possession. Good ball. Good turn, actually. What can he do with it? He's going to touch it on. Here's Mane. Hasn't really got any options, but Joel Campbell's made a clever run behind the defence. Joel Campbell smashes it across goal. Has that gone in? No, it's turned behind. That was actually supposed to be a driven cross. Very nearly found its way in at the near post. So here's Charlie Austin out wide, looking to keep the attack alive. Drills it to the edge of the box, where Victor Wanyama tees himself up. Oh my God! I'm speechless. That's the second screamer he has scored this season, but that is possibly the best goal I have ever scored on FIFA 16. He just chipped it up for himself, and that's ridiculous. That is actually ridiculous. I want to see it from behind Wanyama. What a strike. Absolute techers. No keeper in the world gets anywhere near that. We've taken the lead here at the Etihad in some style, thanks to that man. Man City coming forward. Here's Yaya Toure. Whips the ball in. Free header. Oh my God, what a save from Fraser Forster. Victor Wanyama wins possession. Was about to hit it and see if he could score another wonder goal, but the half-time whistle has gone. We are in the lead thanks to the goal of the season. Now, I can say that confidently. Victor Wanyama has beaten his own previous contender that he scored at Anfield for goal of the season, and we are 1-0 up, 45 minutes to play. This could be a massive 3 points if we can hang on. It's surely too early to throw all your players forward because they are open to the counter-attack. Here's Charlie Austin. Cuts inside, lays it off. Mane goes past his man, brought down. We've caught them on the counter-attack. We've won ourselves a penalty and the chance to go 2-0 in front here at the Etihad. So Charlie Austin against Caballero. We know he can save penalties. He hasn't saved that one. Charlie Austin makes it 2-0. Big goal this could be. Looking to bounce back from that defeat at home to Stoke in that really disappointing performance. But this is a big game at the top of the table, even at this stage in the season as we approach the halfway mark. Austin with a really good penalty lifts it up into that top corner. Caballero goes the right way but gets absolutely nowhere near it, and we've got ourselves a 2-goal cushion. Right, we're going to make some changes. Fresh legs. Ryan Gould will get a rare run out in that cam roll. Shane Long will come on for Charlie Austin as we look for pace on the counter attack, and I'm going to bring on Dele Alli, and he's going to play wide on the right just for the last 15 minutes or so. And Kolarov, that's a shocking pass. Wanyama pick possession up. Dele Alli, he's got men in support. Might go on his own. Should have squared it. Chambers finds Wanyama, who's laid it off. Sergio Roberto with a chance to shoot. Instead finds Bertrand, who chips it over the top. Good move. Gould with the header. Good save from Caballero. And surely that will be it. Kolarov thumps it forward, and there goes the full-time whistle. We've bounced back in perfect style. Losing at home to Stoke. Coming back with a dominant display here at the Etihad against the league leaders Manchester City, putting ourselves right back up there in the title race, even though it's early days. Not getting carried away, but every point counts as obviously it will get tight come the end of the season. 2 goals today, one from Charlie Austin from the penalty spot, and Victor Wanyama with a wonder strike has got us all 3 points here. So good news following the injury to Joel Campbell. It's only a bruised elbow. He will only be out for around about 5 days, so he probably won't even miss the next match. So looking at what those results mean to the league table, we are 3rd. Just 2 points off the top still, so obviously with the win against City they didn't pull away from us. Chelsea are 2nd. They separate ourselves and City. City on 28 points, Chelsea 27th. Ourselves and Manchester United, who are in 4th, are on 26 points, and Everton are in 5th place. Looking down at the bottom, Swansea City, they're 17th, but they're yet to win 10 draws in 14 games. That's pretty ridiculous. And Bournemouth are now rock bottom, still yet to win a game. Watford and Norwich are the other teams in the bottom 3. But obviously things going well. Disappointed to lose to Stoke. Had we have avoided defeat in that game, we would have been right up there even further. Had we have beat them, we would have been top. But things going well. It's important that we bounce back when we suffer a defeat and don't slide into a bad run of form, and we managed to prevent that after the last defeat. But make sure you drop a like on the video, guys. That will be the end of this episode. Subscribe if you're new so you don't miss the next one, and we will see you again next time.